Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. And joining me for the segment, we have Martin Green, CEO, co-CIO of Cambrian Asset Management, to discuss what makes a cryptocurrency valuable. Martin, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Nice to be here.
Tell me about Cambrian Asset Management. What are you currently offering investors, and how is Cambrian different from other cryptocurrency vehicles?
Yeah, we're an SEC-registered investment advisor. We manage a quantitative hedge fund for digital assets and also some quantitatively hedged Bitcoin and Ethereum trusts. And our focus is uncorrelated returns and managing against downside risks in the market.
How has your experience on the traditional asset management side influenced your crypto strategies?
We take an institutional approach to both investment risk management as well as operational risk management, with a particular focus of managing against the downside price volatility in these markets.
And cryptocurrency has recently seen a serious sector-wide decline. Certainly, there's a lot of volatility in the space. What are your current thoughts on the market? What do you think are the short-term and long-term consequences of this decline, or is this a potential buy the dip opportunity?
It's a great question. I guess if I had an easy answer, we wouldn't have thousands and thousands of lines of software code to do this. But I guess pulling back, counterparty risk was not really properly priced in to the market. And I think as a consequence, far more diligence will be done by investors. And it won't be just sort of a everything goes up situation. And I think that part and parcel of that is the institutional discerning, discerning institutions are coming into the market, and they'll kind of force that separation of good versus bad in the market, which is healthy.
Right, and which is interesting too. That's why I wanted to know your thoughts, how you apply your traditional asset management experience to the space, because with more institutional adoption coming, it sounds as if more of those ranges and risk management protocols and tools are going to be put if they're looking to run it like they would any traditional institutional asset. So let's talk about cryptocurrency overall. There's so much that is out there. You do have to do your due diligence. What makes a cryptocurrency valuable? What are some of your picks and why?
So just take my views with a grain of salt, because we run a quantitative trading firm. We're not discretionary fundamental investors. But Bill Gates said this about the value of software platforms. These digital asset platforms are software networks, they're software platforms. And he said the value of those platforms is directly proportional to the economic activity that's built on top of it, right? You create a lot of value for your users and you will accrue value yourself. And so I think there are some that are not being used by very many developers. They're not being used by very many users. But there are some that are.
Right. So when you say that you apply quantitative strategies, it's more of programs that you're designing to make these buys and sells versus fundamentally picking what you think might be, appropriate for a buy or sell.
That's absolutely right. So we take a look at a lot of market data, a lot of information in price and volume, liquidity that's available between the different assets. So that's kind of what our firm does to generate returns. But there's a lot of discussion about Ethereum, for example, among discretionary investors, and so that's one we could talk about if you like.
Right, and Martin, I'd love to do that. What does the Ethereum upgrade mean for Cambrian and for the retail investor in the space in general?
Yeah, so Ethereum's, lots of people are talking about it because it's got something like 10 times the number of software developers building on it as the other similar networks. These are smart contract platforms that you can think of them as infrastructure for Web3. And Ethereum's interesting because it's about to undergo a pretty transformational upgrade called the merge this year, which moves it from proof of work to proof of stake, and might be pretty consequential for investors.
Interesting. Something that we'll have to keep an eye out for, Martin. Appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.